cheap off-grid living Mike takes his channel in a new direction, and Tater takes a trip before court. All right, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Yeah, I had a great time. I told you guys I was going to a show. Really cool time. Been a long time since I woke up with a stamp on my hand from going to the club. But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a nice all-age show. So my grandson got to go to his first show, so I just had to go along. It was pretty cool. It was a good time. There was 2 local bands. There was one band from Missouri, and then there was 2 bands from Denmark. The first one was Cabal, which I did hear of before, and then the headliner was a Siamese. Never heard of them before. They said that they were here in the States a couple times, but they were always openers. This was their first headlining tour in the States. They were in New York somewhere and then came here, and then they're off to wherever. I forgot where they said, but yeah, had a fun time, really good time. So yeah, there's that. And then the big storm of the century. Yeah, I guess a lot of places up here, even here in Pennsylvania, got hammered. Both sides of us got pretty good snowfalls. We got about 3.5 inches of snow. Yeah, so it was the heavy, wet, slushy, pretty nasty stuff. So luckily I do have the snowblower this year. I didn't have to break my back shoveling that heavy, wet shit. So yeah, the streets, the sidewalks, all that stuff is good and clear. We just got, like I said, well, now that there's snow thrown on it and blown on it and everything else, it's probably 6 inches, but on the grass, yeah, it was like 3.5, maybe 4 inches. But yeah, it wasn't nearly as bad as everywhere else. All right, let's get on to the Wheeled Wonders and what's going on. I guess we'll start with D. We'll start with D from Lady Bugout. She is showing how she keeps safe and warm. That's right, during this nice wintry mess. Yeah, it's been getting cool, so she gives her little tips. Again, how she stays warm and cozy, but not just that, but how this single young lady traveling by herself stays safe. So if you are interested in that, go over and check out D from Lady Bugout. There will be links below to the channels I am talking about, and the next one is going to be Bunny. Yeah, BunnyPlaysHere. She's continuing her bus build thingy, and she needed a rim and tire for her shuttle. Yeah, she has a little spot that she wanted to put a spare. She needed a spare, so yeah, it wasn't as easy as some may think it may be, but yeah, trying to get a rim and tire for a shuttle bus, it ain't like going and saying, hey, I got a car or a van or whatever. So could you just imagine what it would be like to get a rim and tire for, I don't know, say the Gaudy bus? Yeah, we often talked about before when Tater got his school bus that he's going to have problems, when he needs to find parts and things to fix that thing. And so, yeah, if it's hard to find just for a little shuttle bus, just wait till he has to find shit for that thing. But we won't get into that. But we will, speaking of Tater, Squirrel Bait. Squirrel Bait Parodies. Good video. And it has, quite oddly, a video. It shows the 2 clowns, Tater and Mike. That's right, good old Mikey and Tater, when they were hanging out, they're eating and they're drunk and they're talking about, they jumped a fence and stole the use of someone's hot tub. So yeah, it's kind of funny that, yeah, these guys, that's right, these fine young fellows here were trespassing so they could use someone's hot tub. After all, the stuff that Tater's talking about people trespassing, and you don't want to do it, guys. You want to think about it, guys. Yeah. So I guess it's a good thing, though, that both of these young men, they found God. So now they can be innocent victims instead of the perpetrators. Nomadic Fanatics #1 fan also put out a very good video about just what we talked about Tater and his trespassing stuff. Pretty interesting video, as always. A nice little take on the Tater video with some Agnes commentary at the end. So go over and check that out as well. Good stuff. They put a lot of time into those videos. So go over and check them out, and they do a really good job. And yes, the Tater did put out a video, but it really, I don't know, it wasn't much of anything really. I guess the highlight was him and Diana left Tater Acres to hit the road to do a little bit of traveling. It would seem, though, that the S driveway was just a little too tight for the Gaudi bus. I mean, yeah, he should have thought that out a little bit better when he was making that S driveway. But yeah, you can see the old Gaudi bus as it's leaving wasn't quite fitting and making the S turns too easily. So yeah, the Tater and Diana hit the road. They're not going far because, you know, they got to stay local because they do have that court date coming up. Well, not they, but he does. And I'm sure he can travel because he can do it by Zoom. So we don't know. Maybe he will Zoom in for his court appearance. But I mean, they don't even really travel together. He drives the Gaudi bus. She drives the pick 'em up truck. And so, you know, once they park, they can, you know, hang out together for the most part. But yeah, they don't even really travel together. And they go to their friends. One of Tater's last friends that he has left. They go to their resort. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's really not a whole lot going on. He eats and plays golf. We get to see him eat some nachos and talk while he's chewing and, you know, typical Tater stuff. And then he goes and plays golf. That's pretty much it. He does some fake smiles and lets everybody know that he is just the happiest he's ever been, guys. And he just needs to get away from the homesteading stuff and go travel, hit the road. And we all know he had a court date, and he has one upcoming. So I don't know who he thinks he's fooling, but yeah, again, the video was pretty much as far as my opinion is. So let's talk about his buddy, Mike. So Mike, he has a couple little videos out, but he talks about food. The food's being bad, and we all eat it all the time. But no, that's not the case. No, we all don't eat it all the time. Not all of us are gullible and ignorant. Some of us have been aware of this for years. Some of us actually look at labels before we buy things. Yes, as we shop, we look at labels. See, Mike buys junk, brings it home, then he reads a label and complains about it on video. So, yeah, just because he's ass backwards and doesn't pay attention to what's going on, he thinks everybody's as unaware as he is. No, we've known for a very long time that the shit that they have been trying to feed us is garbage. All it takes is one little trip to the Food and Drug Administration little website, and you can see the garbage that they allow. You can see that the lies that they allow, that you can put sugar-free on the front, you flip it around, the first ingredient is dextrose. It's sugar, but it's sugar-free. And see, the FDA allows this stuff, and bug parts and metal fragments and rat droppings and all kinds of other stuff. And then all this chemically engineered crap. Because nobody wants to eat meat, we have to have vegan burgers that's made of who knows what. And now all the chicken and everything else is all full of steroids and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, we've all known this for a very long time, but Mikey is just becoming enlightened. So no, we all haven't been eating this for a long time. Some of us are much wiser, and we shop differently. And then in his other video, he gets kind of like Tater. He talks about how inconvenient and difficult it is to live, where the roads suck and everything is so very far away. That's right, this off-grid stuff, it isn't what it's all cracked up to be. He says he's lonely, but then says he's been saying that he wants a place far away from people. So let's get this straight. You searched, you picked a spot, you sang the praises, you said how wonderful off-grid living is. Now it's hard and expensive. I guess that old saying, be careful what you wish for, comes into play here, doesn't it? Yeah, again, you picked it, you loved it, it's great. You're away from all the city folk that could never do it, but now it's so hard and nothing's cheap, and I just don't get it. So when it comes to the off-grid stuff, as far as cheap off-grid living channel goes, he is changing the direction of his channel. That's why he privated or deleted or whatever he did with all his videos about living off-grid. He's going after a new demographic. He is going to just sit in his car now and talk gloom and doom. See, his claim is that the other videos, they didn't get any views. Now, I will admit, and people do like the drama and the gloom and doom stuff. We all know that. That's pretty commonplace. That's common knowledge. But the issue is that Mike's not patient. He won't let things develop. He just like he does when he posts a video. In the first hour, if it doesn't have fucking 6,000 views, then he wants to take it down or put it to members only and everything because it didn't perform. He won't wait a day or anything. He has to have it now. So he won't let this new idea develop either. Much like his buddy Tater and his Tater Talks, Tater quit after one episode. Yeah, big changes coming to my channel. And it lasted one episode. Then Mike's the same. He wants this instant gratification. Now, it can work. If he wants to switch to the gloom and doom, there's other channels that do it, and they do very, very well. But the point is you have people over there watching your shit because you're stupid, you're goofy, you're silly, you're asinine, you say dumb shit, you laugh at yourself all the time, and you're talking about off-grid and all this other stuff. So now when you switch it up and you make it all about gloom and doom and we're all going to go and the earth is collapsing and we are ruining this and everything's too expensive and you can't live and you can't do this and blah, 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 and on and on and on, it's going to take time for all your people that don't want to see you to go away and for you to get out there and actually attract and build up the audience that he wants. But he won't do it. Just like Tater, one and done, Mike's not going to sit down and take the time to build a new audience for his new demographic that he wants to attract. And he talked about, not getting views. His last two videos got, between 2,000 and 3,000 views. Isn't that what his other videos got? So I don't know. I have no idea. But hey, that's all this channel's about. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with a damn thing I say. And you know how we do here.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.